As we go through so many ups and downs, so many good seasons, bad seasons.
Pop superstar Justin Bieber arrested at Miami Beach overnight.
Now to our GMA cover story, Justin Bieber revealing his serious struggles with drugs and making bad decisions, saying it's taken him years to bounce back. Now he's thanking the people who helped him recover.
Bieber sharing overnight on Instagram that it's hard to get out of bed in the morning with the right attitude when you are overwhelmed with your life, your past, job, responsibilities, emotions, your family, finances, your relationships. When it feels like there's trouble after trouble after trouble, sometimes it can even get to the point where you don't even want to live anymore.
The tour in 2017, and what was the reason for that?
I was really tired emotionally, physically, and I was sick, and I didn't realize I was sick. So I had like Epstein-Barr, which is like, it's called mono. And then I have Lyme disease. So it was that, it was just, you know, the exhaustion of just being on tour. And then it was just everything compounded, I think. I was doing the ice bath every day. I was eating salmon twice a day. Like I was doing the right thing to try to take care of my body. And it was just like nothing was, just felt depleted and felt all the time. So I was like, you know, and then that took an emotional toll on me. So I was like, you know, I just didn't know what that on. I really took a deep dive in my faith, to be honest. I just went deep into like, I believed in Jesus, but I never really like, you know, when it says following Jesus is actually turning away from sin. And so there's no, what it talks about in the Bible, it's like there's no obedience. There's no faith without obedience. So it's like I had faith about like, oh, I believe Jesus died on the cross for me, but I never really implemented it into my life. I never like was like, I'm gonna be obedient. So I was like, I wasn't sleeping around. I wasn't doing a lot of stuff. I just was kind of by myself. And
How did you who helped you come to that? Because I'm sure there are a lot of, and I don't mean this in a judgmental way, it's just humanity and everyone's on their own journey. There are a lot of people who are practicing one belief or another, but as you say, it's different when you say it as opposed to actually acting within its guidelines, which are there to give you ultimate focus, right, on what's important. So when did you decide to actually move within the guidelines, and how did you find yourself away from, yeah, I believe in Jesus, but I'm going to drink or do drugs or sleep around or all these other distractions? How did you get out of that world? What was the turning point for you?
I think it was my perception of who Jesus really was, you know? I'd had really bad examples of Christians in my life who would say one thing and do another. So they were my direct example of who Jesus was.
That's why you didn't take it seriously.
I didn't take it as seriously because I didn't have good examples.
Good role models.
Yeah, and so I think the more I really looked at the character of who Jesus really was.
Did you grow up in a Christian household?
I grew up in a Christian household, yeah. But my mom was, she was really hurt growing up. I mean, she had so many things going on in her life, so she was navigating her faith journey. For me, it was just confusing because she'd say one thing and then like she would say, well, you're forgiven, but then I'd do something bad or whatever was supposedly bad, but then she'd make me feel ashamed for it. So it's like, well, if Jesus forgives me, then why are you making me feel bad for doing something? Like, obviously there's like a form of like, we gotta make sure we keep our kids accountable and punish our kids so that they learn from their mistakes. But like, if there's this God named Jesus who died for our sins so that we don't have to live in shame, then why? It was just things like that would make me really question, like, who is this Jesus guy? And I didn't really take a deep look into who he was.
That's tough. I mean, I get it. Like hey man, our parents do the best they can. Do you think that if you hadn't redefined what Jesus was and reclaimed it into something that was worthy of practice for you, which then led you on a path of reconciliation with your wife, do you think the person that you of then was on a path of self-destruction? Do you feel that you were self-destructing?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I would have, for sure, 100%. Yeah, 100%. It would have been no bueno. It was bad. It would have been, yeah. I don't know if I'd be alive, for sure. It was dark, really dark. So I'm very, very grateful to have influences in my life that have played a huge part in me seeing their relationship with Jesus and their relationship with their wives and their relationship with their kids and saying, that's what I want, and striving after that.
It was understandable why he got himself into trouble. His rise to fame was too quick and too big for any normal young person to handle. But now he